My name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
My name is Zainab Sammaz, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jan Faria, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paolini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play.
My name is Clara Towson, and I'm...
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time it is in the world, wherever you are tuning in from. And let me know in the live chat where you are tuning in from. I'm in Bonn in Western Germany. Hi, Jake. How are you? I hope you're having a lovely Friday afternoon as we tuck in to a slice of Rybakina against Sabalenka. Talking of slices, we have seen Anjabeur go out early on today. Do you like that little crowbar and connection, whatever it is between slice and tennis and all the other stuff, all the other nonsense I was talking about? Anyway, yes, Anjabeur lost in straight sets to her Wimbledon final foe, Marketa Vondrousova, early on today. Oh, dearie me, Rybakina. Tell me what's going on here, because that was a wild forehand. So I think it might be the fact it was called out. Landed in. So they're going to just replay the serve. 30 all. You've got Draper versus Nakashima on. Yeah, Brenda's on his way, by the way. He should be here any moment. I'm just filling in for the first few minutes. I have a few things to do around the house as we see Rybakina come in here. And she's going to put that volley away. Oh, dearie me. Now she's messing up there, is Elena. And my doorbell is ringing. So I do hope Brenda's going to be here in a moment. Anyway, we're at Juice here on the Rybakina serve. Hi, Ghosty. Do hit that like button, by the way. And yeah, all the other jazz. See, Medvedev is through, beating Mickelson in straight sets today in Halle. How's Nakashima doing against Draper? Last I saw, Draper was very much in charge of the first set. Don't know how it went from there.
Glückwunsch zum Einzug ins Halbfinale in Halle. Ja.
Okay, that's a bit of German for you, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So I'm just going to be here for another minute or so. I think we'll have Brenna here any moment. And I have a friend just arriving at my apartment. He's wondering, why on earth am I streaming? Well, it's because I'm waiting for Brenna, and I can see Brenna. Just let me know when you're ready, Brenna, and I'll bring you forward. Okay, good. I'll bring you forward right now. Oh, I think we both clicked at the same time. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Good. I'm going to leave you for a bit, but I'll be
Okay.
in and out. And fingers crossed, we might have Carson joining for the second set.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, guys. Here we are picking you up in a deuce battle between Elena Rybakina and Aryna Sabalenka. So on my screen, I am watching the third break point for Sabalenka. And she goes for a little crush and rush, and she watches a attempted slice defensive lob just sail long, so she gets the early break. So it's 1-0 to Sabalenka. How are we doing, guys? Where are we in the world? Who are we watching today? You got Mahach and Bublik in the second set. We got Draper and Nakashima in the second set. That's right, yeah. I've been in and out of the Draper match. But I've seen, yeah, there've been chances on both sides. Yeah, the collegiate wildcard playoffs were this week. Pretty exciting little event there. I tuned in for a little bit of the men's and women's finals. Yeah, I'm curious. Off the top of my head, I can't remember an Alcaraz Bublik match. I have to assume they've played. That would be a fun one to watch. But yeah, I mean, it was fun to just see Bublik lock in, and he's doing it again today so far. That is correct. 15 all here on the Sabalenka serve. Tough news of the day, I think, goes to Paula Podosa, who unfortunately had to retire again. I don't know how many it makes this year. I don't know. They're stacking up, but it's just definitely sad. As Rybakina rips an inside in backhand. So it is 15-30 on the Sabalenka serve. Ghosty, did you watch the event? Interested, guys. Who do you have in this one? I think we're in for a super, super tight battle. Yeah, yeah, we'll definitely get to the Wimbledon power rankings. I want to hear what you guys are thinking. I will give you my thoughts and analysis as we progress throughout the day, but it brings up 2 break points for Rybakina now. And I feel like, yeah, that's gonna be kinda how the day is defined, a little topsy-turvy. Also watching Bublik just have a field day right now, just feeling so comfortable. First break point comes and goes. And Rybakina is going to get a look at a second serve. And it's a double fault, I believe, yeah. So we are back on serve 1-all. Jake, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on that too, because, in all honesty, I'm sure you've been watching him longer than me. I caught the tail end of his challenger days and everything he's done on tour. Beautiful cross-court backhand winner for Sabalenka. But I mean, Draper, it's like kind of all facets. I feel like he's grown with his body really well. And that's allowed him to like get this far. And then the weapons just develop from there. This guy's got such an array of an attack. You watch him play and you kind of feel the determination he plays with. I think that's what makes him, special. Yeah, I feel like that's another talking point, Coasty. The mixed doubles pairings, very interesting. Who do you guys have in this match, though? I'm curious. I'll let you know who I think. Bublik gets an early break. As does Draper. Really? Interesting, Ghosty. I like the take. Yeah, that's exactly where I stand, Jake, in terms of just like the progression as a player and I guess the maturity of growing into the role that he's essentially created for himself. So yeah, I mean the mixed doubles thing. I think I'm torn on the issue, and that's because, of course, like that's that's super exciting to see these top players. Um, not only playing with other top players of the other gender, but just to see them, play doubles because we don't watch it a lot, and it's kind of fun to see the camaraderie on the court. And of course, it's bringing viewers, money, etc. to the table, more so than a traditional mixed doubles event would. But on the flip side of that, you have all these doubles specialists who, work hard at their craft and, have won championships at that level. It feels a little bit disrespectful to them because, of the work they put in, and it's totally going away from what they work hard to produce for the sport, their sport, in a sense. So that's where I just feel like it's difficult because it does make it feel very expedition-esque. And I think that's kind of what we wanted to get away from. We saw it at AO, they do the little expeditions there, and that's kind of what it feels like, just on a bigger scale. Of course, I think the players will take it more seriously, but it's kind of the vibe that it brings. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. All right. So we're back, 15 all. And Nakashima holds. So Jack serving to stay in the set at 5-6. Exactly. So much more attention will be drawn to the sport. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with Draper. Like, for me, he's a top 5 player at this point, just because of his ability across surfaces. It's always, like, tough conversation because, like, Runa is just, like, the guy sticks out because of his talent, but I don't think he has the results to kind of back up, a top 6 argument in a sense. Jake, good question. I don't know. I think the producer would be able to tell us that. Right. Consistency is a big thing. We see the potential at this point, but, how does he hold his own? So 2 all. Nice +1 forehand for Rybakina, 15 love. Right. Ghosty, I'm on the same page. Like, we haven't had conversations about him competing for majors, I feel like, in a while's time. Wow. Nakashima does a great job. So it's 30 love. Grass in Germany is so lush, so quick. Rybakina double. As I do have to announce that Nakashima has earned himself 2 set points. Rybakina cruising, and that's where I think about her serve, like how good it is, why she's going to be very, very high on my Wimbledon power ranking, and even this tournament. And Sabalenka tries to crush the second serve, and she puts it in the net. So 3-2 Rybakina. We are on serve. 20 minutes in Berlin. Yep, consistency is key. Draper looking to defend the second set point. It actually goes long. So Nakashima takes it. Yep. Nakashima very solid, especially on the surface. For me, it's just like, does he rise to the occasion? Jack like hand in his face, like can't face in his hand, like can't believe it. Yep. Yeah, he is. Very tolerable on this surface. Good run last week. Forgetting who he lost to. Zverev? Yeah, Zverev. But here we are, back in play. We have a good exchange here between Sabalenka and Rybakina. It's definitely funny to see as Sabalenka defensive slice goes long. Like that shot for her, it's definitely going to be very useful on this surface. Like it's been about like a year and a half since she like really started to go after the slice, whether it's mid rally, just changing up the rhythm, even defensive, like out of her corners. Wasn't able to control that pace there, but when she can kind of do it like in a neutralized sense, that'll totally change your game. Blocking a huge return, gets on top of the rally and puts away a forehand. Bublik in cruise control, 4-2 in the second set. Up a set and a break. And Sabalenka in a little bit of a hole here. Love 30. Second serve. Crushed backhand from Rybakina again. Back in the neutral rally though. Backhand to backhand. Sabalenka looks at a forehand. Good depth, but Rybakina just flattens it out and he's able to hit such a short angle. Ridiculous. Winner. Love 43 break points. Jake, question or chat question. Obviously, this is the first, not first, but I think it was like 37 years since the last Queen's Women's Edition. Here we are. It is Friday of the Men's Edition. Quarterfinals. This court's been getting chewed up. Is there a limit to this? Will we avoid this next year? Is this the same thing we'll see next year? What do you think? I mean, I actually didn't watch a lot of it, but Alcaraz Munar goes 3 hours, 20 minutes on a grass court, 3 sets. I know there were all sorts of ebbs and flows and breakers and all of that, but the court is just so dried up by now. And yeah, Ghosty, Rybakina, she is my pick for Wimbledon. I guess I'll announce it early. Gets the break. So 4-2. See if Sabalenka can get herself back in this set. Let's take that point. Oh, Sean, you're in England. Okay. That's right. You got me, Jake. I do. But love 30 here already. So Sabalenka gonna have a look to get it right back. Rybakina still crushing the forehand, but that one off the net cord, so giving it right back. 3 break points for Sabalenka. So Rybakina does save 1. Second, first serve tee. Is it an ace? Sabalenka doesn't think so. I thought it was. Let's see. No. Misses the line. Barely. Yep, Nakashima does get the hold to start the set, so it'll be similar scoreboard pressure. Here we are in a rally. Sabalenka using that defensive slice out of the backhand wing, stays alive. Rybakina steps up, cross-court forehand, comes to the net, volley is a drop one, and Sabalenka runs it down. Really good point from both players. I was totally happy with, Rybakina coming to the net, being confident in that move. Sabalenka, as I talked about, that kind of like defensive forehand slice made it a really awkward volley, and I thought Rybakina handled it well. Was dropping below the net as she was getting there a little bit late. He's able to redirect it cross court. Soft bouncing, but Sabalenka has good anticipation. He's able to get there quickly. So there I talk about 2 slices, in the same point. Really, really impressive that, Sabalenka not only didn't trust, but didn't really have in her locker. Yeah, totally. Our producer gives us a good question here. I would have to say yes to that. It's not gonna change my prediction, but anyway, I guess my comment about the Queen's courts is it's just too dry. Yeah, this is too much exposure for something that, hasn't happened in prior years. Like a 30 love, serve and volley. Took the volley at about the service line, so that wasn't easy. Puts it into the net. And she's really been trying things. I give her credit. Beautiful backhand slice. Rybakina is able to really just generate her own power she just makes it look effortless, right? It's kind of like an interesting rotation, but the racket head acceleration is just insane. Oh wow, haven't even looked, but Bublik right here. I think he just saved a break point. 30 all. Rybakina return, sails long. And it is a Sabalenka ace. So we're back on serve 4-4. Bublik 4-3 back at deuce. Very high level, the shot making. Wow. Extreme delicate touch from Rybakina. But I just think it's encouraging for Sabalenka to come out here and experiment here. She's kind of working the chip return. And, it just takes time to get used to on the surface, but I think she's doing a good job. Three 30 all. Rybakina +1 backhand is a clean winner. 40-30. Yeah, I mean both girls huge serves. Finding their own on the surface. Sabalenka tries to crush a backhand return, goes wide, so Rybakina does hold for 5-4. Nakashima and Draper on serve. Mahaj serving to stay in the match at 3-5. That's a good question. Go see. I actually don't know. 3 match points for Bublik. It's a third ace in the game for Draper. Mahaj saves 1. Bublik down the line winner. Unreal. Into the semifinals. Sabalenka powerful from the baseline. Backhand cross court winner. It does. Bublik on a tear. Action heating up in Queens. Breaker and Nakashima playing an awesome tilt right now. Just a lot more rally balls, just given kind of what the surface looks like. Yeah, I know, I know. I would agree. I didn't think today would be easy for Bublik, especially failing to serve out the set. Pretty sure that happened. I don't know. Let me confirm that. But that's kind of always difficult for Bublik. Yeah, he did. He did fail to serve it out in the first set. And Jake, I'm watching what I can. A lot less than I used to, is the honest answer, but always keeping tabs on it. Rybakina does get on the board in the service game. So it's 40-15. So I'm like a huge winner. Doing a good job staying close to that baseline. Having to bend down to pick things up right there. And just like generate the power. Just like really impressive, the coordination. So 5-all. Rybakina tries to drop shot. Sabalenka is there. And Rybakina's redirect doesn't clip the baseline. I think we're going to the video review. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. All over the paint. And Rybakina paints the line on a serve. We're going to the challenge. We're going to the review again. Back-to-back points. It's always these two. Ghosty, I saw that one too. Ridiculous. That was an ace from Rybakina, and there's another ace from Rybakina. So you hold 6-5. Thriller of a first set. Draper on his way to 3-all. Update in Nottingham. Courtney Kessler takes the first set over Katie Bolter. 6-3. About that point, Ghosty, I think it's obviously tough for both players. I'm just so happy that I call him, but Mute didn't freak out and like over exaggerate the situation. Because for me, yes. Is it the wrong play? Yes. Is it the right play if you want to win the point? Yes. So like no one's really in the wrong. But Ko didn't freak out like I thought he might have. Moved on to the next point, ends up getting broken. Yeah. So be it. Ends up breaking back. Like it's just it's very like unmute-esque. But yeah. I didn't know it hit him like square in the forehead. So Sabalenka 15 love. Draper has a little opening at 3-all. 15-30. Sabalenka does the +1 backhand down the line. It is good enough. 30 love. Really well done. Yeah, so Draper's going to get a look at a second serve. And he does earn himself 2 break points. Sabalenka did that miss. 30-15. Of course. Appreciate that camaraderie between you two. First serve is a good wide one. +1 from Sabalenka cross court. Rybakina reads it. Little drop volley from Sabalenka is so good. That is so good from Sabalenka. It's almost like she's watching film. Alcaraz film, that is. Like, what a beautiful display of, like, shot making in this first set from Sabalenka. Oh my god, Draper thinks he has the break, but he missed this passing shot wide by, like, 2 balls, too. Everyone's celebrating. He fist pumps. That's hilarious. I feel bad for Draper. I'm curious if that's gonna impact him. Here's the second break point. He's gonna look at a, second serve. 4-15, Sabalenka, second serve. Rybakina tries to tee it up down the line, just goes long, so we get a breaker. Very fitting. See how, like, urgent Draper plays this break point. Forehand back behind. Nakashima is a winner. And he's fired up. Draper breaks 4-3. Oh, on me, on me. I assume you're talking about the Draper one? I'm the messenger today. When he was celebrating, I was like, no way that pass was good. But I just don't understand. Maybe someone in the chat can help. Like, I understand it's like 85% of tournaments played this year are gonna be ELC, electric line calling. Like, why and when do we have, line judges? Grass season makes more sense to me. French Open, Legacy, it's its own entity, and I think that's gonna change moving forward. But it's like Stuttgart, I think, WTA, like indoors. Here we have it. I don't know, it just seems a bit random to me. Thank you, Jake. We'll see if the break's enough. Second serve goes off the paint. Rybakina can't believe it. Swing and a miss. I think it's been extremely high level. Good question. What do you got? Final match of the day in Stuttgart is gonna be Karen in TME. Clinical plus ones, like these two girls excel. So 2-all on the breaker. You break. Are you that far behind, Jake? So mini break goes to Sabalenka. Great to hear. Yes, Lando Luch, what a freaking grass season for him, I guess. I have to check in on that score. So 4-2. Sabalenka. Unlucky there from Rybakina. Probably should have done better. Yeah, that's such a hero play from Jean Mounard. He probably should have won the match. I mean, I kind of thought he would after the second set. Up a break in the third. I think he actually had 15-30 on Alcaraz's serve at 2-4. Chances came in wave one for him. Oh, oh my gosh. So the funniest thing I watched last night, which you're probably more aware of, oh, I'm forgetting what Wimbledon it was though. Was it 21 or 18 when Rybakina goes off on this line judge against Sabalenka? I saw it on Twitter last night. X, rather. And Rybakina hits an ace. Let's get it to 5-4, but she did hit an ace at this time. And linesman called it out. It goes off the paint. Line judge is like, I think Sabalenka touched it. She didn't. Sabalenka's like, I thought I touched it, but I don't know. It's just like a weird, weird circumstance. Nakashima serving to stay in it. So from 5-2 to 5-all. Huge firstie from Sabalenka. So she is the first one to see a set point. Great. 6-all. What a thriller. Here's Ghosty. So we got Draper about to step up to the plate to serve out the match. Jake, I don't know. Do you want me to spoil it? Or I just won't talk about that match? You tell me. So 4 out of the last 5 points. Go to Rybakina, second serve at 6-all. We are in a battle. As Sabalenka overpowers there, Rybakina's return just goes a bit wide. So set point on serve for Sabalenka. Beautiful second serve from Sabalenka, and she takes the first set in a tiebreak, 8-6. Really entertaining set. I mean, start making off the charts from Sabalenka. I mean, boomer bust type of players in a sense, but that's huge. That is huge. Wow. All right. I don't know, Jake. I'm trying to keep my mouth shut, but at the same time, we got it going on. Draper love 30 as he attempts to serve out the match against Nakashima. Get some serve help there. Nakashima was guessing T. Draper goes flat ace wide. 15-30. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. Draper just teeing off on this forehand, but Nakashima's playing survival mode. Draper clips the line with another forehand. Really just upping the antics on these break points. So Sabalenka starts us out. Draper saves another huge serve. Back to deuce. Fired up. Nakashima tries to tee off on a second serve and mishits it. So it brings up match point for Jack Draper. I mean, that is it. Jack Draper gets it done. Gets it done, makes his way into the semifinals. Or who's going to take on the Hechka, is that right? Sounds right. What a performance. Well, that's right, we're getting Medvedev Zverev. 30 all here. I mean, it's just been so tough, push-pull in the Sabalenka Rybakina match. Rybakina got that early break, gave it right back. Oh, and that's the huge win for Draper because he gets the 4th seed at Wimbledon. So it's break point though for Elena Rybakina from 30 love to 30-40. Second serve, take 1. Flips the neck cord. Rybakina just ready to tee off on it. So Draper wins a thriller. He secures 4th seed at Wimbledon, which is huge. I feel like that was the storyline coming into this week. He's had to do it in back-to-back 3-setters, facing a lot of pressure. His opponent's giving him kind of everything he can handle. Definitely, Jake. That is hero-esque as we know it. See if Rybakina can hold or consolidate the break this time, rather. All right, here we are, 15 all, second serve. Rybakina goes forehand down the line, just long. She doesn't agree with it. I think it definitely was. Yep, it is just half a ball long. So the other update is in Nottingham, Courtney Kessler taking on Katie Bolter. Nice kick serve from Rybakina. Sets herself up well with a +1 to the forehand open court, but Sabalenka actually anticipated it well, shortened up the swing. And here we're in another amazing point from Sabalenka. So she guesses right on the +1, gets there early enough where she kind of just has to flick the wrist, right? Put it back in play, and then gets herself in the rally and goes with the drop shot, like a huge, wind up, change grip. And Rybakina tries to get a little bit too cute. She's hit it a couple times really well today with the kind of drop cross court ball. And there Sabalenka is to track down the short drop. Rybakina fights off the first break point. and she saves a second. Rybakina earned herself a game point here. That's funny that Draper said that. And that second serve goes wide, so a double fault. Really no one able to get like good stick on this match. It's not that I would expect that. So like unleashes on that second. It's top of the net. Falls back on her side, so it is ad again for Rybakina. We got Karen Khachanov and Thomas Martin Echeverry. Match has begun. 1-1, 30 all on the Khachanov serve. Rybakina puts away the +1 and does hold. So she consolidates. Good. All right. Beautiful. So here we are. 2-love on the Sabalenka serve, and we have
Hello.
another guest to join me. It is Mario.
Hello. How's it going?
Hello. It's going well. How are you?
Fine. I'm a bit tired, honestly. But
I know.
you know, when I'm tired, actually tennis becomes even more enjoyable, you know, just
All
being
right.
able to sit and to enjoy some tennis. I have, of course, the match we are talking about here on the phone while
Mhm.
on the laptop with you. And actually there's also Halle in the background on
Mhm.
the
Yep.
television, just because, you know, there's a big part of my Argentinian heart that needs to know
I
what's
know.
going
I
on.
know. That match yesterday must have been a big one for you then. What a thriller against Rublev. Probably should have lost it, but you know what? You found a way.
I get where you come from. You know, the last 3 points were, you know, just a bit bad from Rublev. You know,
Right.
Echeverry saved the first match point himself, but then, you know, the double fault and the smash. But yeah, I mean, you have to bring yourself very close in order to put pressure on your opponent. So, you know, at times it happens like that. So, about this matchup, tell me a little bit. You know, I can imagine. You know, I wasn't watching it before.
Mhm.
Um, I can imagine, though, through you know the scoreline, that it's a very very close affair, and so far.
So,
And
yeah, it has
tell
been
me a
right. I
bit.
don't know if did you just watch that last point
Yeah,
by chance?
the
I mean,
Rybakina tried that desperate
yeah,
volley.
yeah,
Yeah.
backhand flick lock, yeah. So I feel like that's kind of been a storyline for me today is Sabalenka like just continuing to play with more variety and just kind of essentially slice and dice than I've kind of ever seen her play with. It's been very impressive. Like she's kind of overplaying it. I feel like the last, year or so, she's really tried to incorporate that into her game,
Mhm.
and she's really improved at it. And today, it's been awesome to kind of see her willingness to try, these different types of shots and even, a serve and volley that, doesn't work out, but it's important to like kind of test it and see what works and what doesn't. And even there, she's like tracking down a Rybakina defensive lob and ends up going with a slice, like a re-drop shot from the baseline. Just very like not necessarily uncharacteristic, but that's not the shot that she, would have played
Yeah.
a year ago. And so I think that's been fun for me to watch, and it's been just very clinical. Obviously, these girls like huge serves, big plus ones. Like you're gonna get those short points, but I feel like their anticipation has gotten a lot better throughout the match, and definitely deserving of a breaker. It was a middle of the set break for Rybakina, and then she gave it right back to Sabalenka in the first set, and then very very tight tiebreak. Sabalenka was up 5-2, and then got it back to 5-all. And Rybakina, had looks, but a huge second serve it was for Rybakina on set point, or Sabalenka on set point that actually earned her the set. And now we are here at 2-1. Rybakina up a break, serving.
Yeah, I mean, it's for sure. Great to see Sabalenka playing already at such a high intensity after the French Open. I know that there's a big difference between losing and winning a final, but we've seen, for example, golf. I know she also came back to the US, had a very busy time there. But still, it's not easy, just after a week to to play with this high intensity. I feel like, first match was a bit up and down for Sabalenka, but it's been important to pull through. And today it's actually a big test. I mean, for her, we cannot say that she hasn't had a great season, because she's had a great season. She's won titles. She's been in the final at both Grand Slams so far. But yeah, not having won the title for sure is going to put herself a lot of pressure going into Wimbledon.
Totally. And our producer asked us about, or presented this question earlier, like winner of this match would it be the Wimbledon favorite? And I said, yeah, it's probably like the best gauge that we can get. I have already elected, as you remember if I tuned in, I think Rybakina is going to be the Wimbledon champion this year. She is my selection. So either way, this result wouldn't change much. It's been like that good of a match, like very, very high level, I think, in shot making quality. As you have another visitor, it's Carson joining us. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Got a lot of tennis on this morning. This afternoon, this evening, it would be for Mario.
It's 5:30 in the afternoon.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I agree actually that I don't think that the particular, the result of this match will change that much. I mean, of course, if we had seen, I don't know, Sabalenka or Rybakina, I don't know, clearing 6-2, 6-2, maybe would have had, some sort of impact, I don't know, in our perception. But, considering it's been very close, I don't think that, if Rybakina manages to win, if Sabalenka manages to win, it changes a lot my perception in, in terms of Wimbledon. Both have a great chance, I would say, for different reasons. Sabalenka, because she is overall very dominant in this particular phase of her career. So, of course, she is one of the big favorites, whatever Grand Slam she enters right now. And Rybakina, of course, she has a Wimbledon title. she started playing better and better. Even French Open, she did great. Strasbourg, in the past months and a half, she's really improved that level. So why not?
Totally. Totally. As a little bit of a deuce battle here, but Rybakina has the ad again at 2-1, and it's a net cord that gives her that game. So she does hold.
Yeah.
Mario, I did want to mention though, I don't know how much of the Rublev match you watched. I watched, let's say, hour 45 of the 3 hours. And Echeverry, he really impressed me. I think he finds like a good middle ground in terms of being aggressive and kind of playing like wall-esque tennis as we know he can. But his ability to defend in the match was like really impressive. And I thought he was serving.
Let's say that he's for sure playing with lots more confidence right now compared to the first part of the year, where things haven't really gone as planned for him. And I actually think he has this way of playing that, it doesn't change that much, in my opinion, between surfaces. Of course, on clay, he has lots of experience, and therefore, he finds incredibly comfortable in it. But, these matches, of course, I also get that the Rublev matchup, maybe it's not, something that particularly changes between the surfaces. It hasn't really been the classic grass court battle.
Right.
But, if we talk about his baseline shots and, his serve, he adapts quite well. And, we've seen it this week for sure. A couple great wins, especially, of course, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. And sorry, I got confused for a moment. And I think also the beginning of this match, Khachanov is another great grass court player. In Halle, it's already his 5th quarterfinal there. So, I would say that for sure he has a heavy serve, especially the first serve. He can do damage, and he doesn't really lose confidence hitting forehand and backhand. And we've seen against Rublev actually also using the slice, how it worked out pretty well. So I think it's he has chances to do something positive. We'll see which kind of draw he will get at Wimbledon.
Exactly. And best of 5 only helps him, I think, as well. It's a break point, though, for Rybakina. Can she kind of run away with the set here?
I have lots of questions.
I know. You're getting hounded. Welcome to the chat.
Is it deuce here?
Huge first serve. Saves the break.
I'll try to answer. First to the second question, because it's easy and the answer is still no. I really had no time to catch up on anything. Actually, even tennis before right now, that I started the stream today. So, I just haven't seen anything yet. My favorite player to watch as a neutral. Well, I would say right now I'm really liking to watch. I don't know. It depends. Probably.
No bias is hard.
It's difficult now because I'm trying to, I'm thinking too many players, and I say, but maybe, they would say, oh, but you like that player, and so I can't find it real.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I really enjoy to watch, for example, Medvedev. Of course, when he was at the greater level, it was even better. But I find quite interesting to see how, at times how he hits the ball, his movement. I think he has great shots in his in his baggage. So, he's a player that usually kind of entertains me to watch. Of course, it also depends on the particular matchup, but yeah, especially, I don't know, for example, I'm thinking about Fields against Medvedev in Young Wells. That was a great match. So probably these two players are two names I can mention, talking about, players I really enjoy to watch, besides the two names you all already know.
Exactly. Yeah. What about you, Carson? Any thoughts on that question?
Yeah, it's really hard, like Mario said, kind of like, who don't I like to watch? Everyone's a lot of fun and brings something a little bit different to the game. I mean, Sabalenka, I think, is someone that I enjoy watching a lot. Arthur Fees as well. Tommy Paul is someone I like watching a lot as well.
Yeah, you have a good audience for that name. Sabalenka does earn herself a game point now. I mean, just serving bombs.
Women's side, I like Svitolina.
Oh, yeah.
I like to watch Svitolina, especially the last few years. I feel like she's been a bit more aggressive. I'm really liking her game, for example.
Well, her game is a lot of fun to watch as well.
Good hold here.
Yeah, really good hold. And Aryna gets the break. Mario, Echeverry's still like defending out of the forehand corner so well. Like, I just maybe didn't expect him to like have this type of week, but hey, he's in it. Who's next up on the Queens list? Is it Rinderknecht and Carlos?
Yeah, Rinderknecht is up. They might
start that match.
There's the doctor coming for.
Oh my God! Yes, there is.
4-4-4-4.
I think Rybakina.
But probably just gave something.
Oh wait, not Rybakina.
Or Sabalenka.
Okay, it's Sabalenka. Because I have Rybakina on the screen right now, and
yeah, me too. Why are they not showing the doctors? Did they run away, or are they hanging out with Sabalenka?
Yeah, it's impossible to understand from what I've watched.
From what we're seeing, yeah.
Who knows?
I think probably entered just to give something, because they are, Rybakina is now about to serve.
I think it was just a pill then.
It's a stupid question, and usually these questions are always a bit stupid because everybody needs and wants to win. But do you think it can mean more for Sabalenka or for Rybakina?
Really good question. I think it's a better question than you think it is, Mario. Because I see it's funny on Twitter, you see everything, right? From fanatics to whatever else. But I think for Sabalenka, I checked this a few weeks ago, but her track record this year is kind of insane in terms of the amount of finals she's reached, titles she's held, just success she's had overall. It's kind of ridiculous, how consistent it's been. So from that point of view, not much. I feel like the buffer week for all of them is so planted in a sense, where buffer week, I mean, they won't play next week and they just hang out and practice and get ready for Wimbledon. I think that's the only thing that makes it less relevant. So I would actually go with Rybakina in this sense. And we just don't get a lot out of her emotionally, so it's like kind of difficult to back her up. If I were to say Rybakina needs to settle more than Sabalenka, it's kind of hard to give like an emotional response to that. Does that make sense? But I do think it would help her over the
Yeah,
next 3
probably.
weeks more than it would help Sabalenka.
I think I agree with that. Rybakina, it's been a while since she's beaten like one of these like top couple of players. So
Is it? Yeah.
yeah, we don't get a lot from her emotionally, but like just
Yeah.
from a confidence level, it would be good for her to know that she still is competing at that level. And results have been better the last few weeks. So yeah, it would be big for her. Sabalenka has been incredible this year. So I mean, in spite of another final loss at Roland Garros, I don't think her confidence.
Yeah, I think right now for Sabalenka, it's all about Wimbledon. You know, having lost those 2 Grand Slam finals, you know, I think, wow, we got to break back.
Wow.
We
That's
were
the type of stuff that Sabalenka's been doing all day, though.
see when we saw the previous game and we said it was a huge hold for Sabalenka. You know, many times you escape a trouble situation and yeah, then suddenly everything looks different. You know, we were very close to go Rybakina 4-1 and serving, and now Sabalenka serving 3 games all in the second set. You know, I was saying about Aryna, you know, I really think, of course, winning the title this week can mean a lot for her to kind of, you know, move on a little bit from the French Open loss. But I think, you know, the only thing that can make her kind of move on from that point of view is the Grand Slam, because she doesn't really need to win. You know, it's not like she hasn't won any title or anything. You know, it's just that thing of having lost a couple tight Grand Slam finals, and you know, which of course. So yeah, for Rybakina, of course, beating somebody like Sabalenka can be really, really a great confidence boost. Meanwhile, here there's been a mistake from Aryna, who's now in trouble again.
Yeah. Producer asking me, I have not seen the interview, but it sounds like it's going to be very interesting. So I'll be ready to tune in. So 3 breakpoints.
Mm-hmm. This question you're asking me. Well,
Right. Break back really quickly.
I say it actually. Wimbledon 19 final.
It's a good answer.
Third greatest ever. I don't know. I have to think about it actually. You know, talking from the neutral perspective, it's I don't know, because I have other great finals in my mind as well, or great matches. I don't know if we are talking about finals or matches. So, you know, it's probably tough to enter my top 3, you know, regardless of whatever I felt watching it.
I think it's. I don't know. I think Sinner Alcaraz is the best final I've seen. There's some recency bias there, but we just lost Brenner for a moment.
He'll be back.
I mean, I think if we're just talking matches overall, I don't know. I think the best match I've ever seen is Novak and Carlos at Cincinnati a couple of years ago.
You know what? For me, the occasion is important. So I would struggle to give best match ever to anything else rather than a Grand Slam final. Just because for me, the quality, the drama, but also the occasion means too much. And of course, Masters 1000 final, it's a huge occasion. But, I think Grand Slam final will always top this, my personal ranking. But yeah, I remember that one was fantastic. It was somewhat a similar version, kind of a best of 3 set match of what we saw at the French Open final a little bit. We can say comparisons because, there was a player ahead. Then, I don't know, I remember Alcaraz, it was a set and a breakup, and then Novak served for it, but got broken, and then he won at the deciding tiebreak. It was great for sure. I remember where I was.
Yeah, I think I would say that's the best match I've watched just because the quality was so high from both throughout it. Like, there was never like a drop off where, the Grand Slam final we just watched a couple of weeks ago now, it was like there were some swings throughout it. There were moments where Sinner clearly was the better player, and then moments where Alcaraz was clearly the better player, and then some great drama down the stretch. But
it still was everything very, very close. Even in those moments, there always was that feeling that the opponent had something to give. Especially I think what made it great is that after not converting the match points, we didn't have the situation where, I don't know, Sinner, for example, just didn't have enough in the 5th, for example, and that was great for the match. Also the break back when Carlos was serving for the win. It was a good. We will talk about it in the future, I think.
No, I don't think we're gonna forget about that after this year.
I don't think so. I think I will always remember it. I haven't forgotten, for example, I don't know, Australian Open 2012. So why should I forget this one as well?
Yeah.
Rybakina got a good lead now. She was, of course, 3-1 up, but 5-3. It's better. She's very close to winning this second set. It feels like this match kind of deserves a third set, considering the two players have been very close to each other in terms of how they are playing. Probably, I would even say that Rybakina is showing slightly more.
I think I would agree with that. And I've only been watching for 20 minutes now. But yeah, you can see first serve percentage on the screen. She's just not getting enough of these balls into play.
When I turned on, it was 43. So it's growing.
That's better sign for her. But 40-15 now. So looks like we're walking through for it.
Yeah, indeed, it's important to hold because serving for it, it's never easy, even if in matches that are not, for example, Grand Slam finals. But it's never easy to to serve for the set, for the match, especially because, serve has been, let's say, important, but not too important. So it's, there's room to imagine, I don't know, Sabalenka breaking back if she holds now.
Definitely. I mean, it's already happened once in this set. It was 3-3 just a moment ago.
Rybakina had a great return. And now she's 2 points away. Wow. Wow. Another one. Another fantastic return.
She's returning very well.
It feels like Sabalenka, probably also because of that percentage not being great, tried in these points to put a, let's say 80% for serve. And yeah, Rybakina has been able to take advantage on it.
I mean, I think it feeds the other way as well, because when your opponent is returning this well, you just feel so much more pressure on your serve. You have to place it a lot more precisely to feel like you can get some free points out of it. And run a little bit wild for that reason, I think.
So I have 3 tennis balls now. The one they are using in Sabalenka Rybakina, the one they are using in Echeverry Kachanov, and the one my dog is using.
You're kidding me. Do you know exactly what type of balls they're using?
Ooh, wow, what a point.
That
very good.
I'm watching it now.
I won't tell you what happened.
Yeah. A lot more cat and mouse points than I thought there would be. Another good match in the back of the way back, I guess, but I know Jake's watching. Marin Cilic versus Landaluch. They are likely going to a third set breaker in the Nottingham Challenger. Cilic, I think he's going to make his way into Wimbledon qualies with ease.
Okay, set Rybakina.
Yep.
There it goes.
It wasn't in the air probably when Sabalenka broke back to go 3 games all. It wasn't in the air for the set to finish this early, meaning Rybakina just winning the next 3 games. But yeah, she's playing great, I gotta say. She's really playing great.
She's done well. Looks like she's going off court for a bathroom break. We'll have a few minutes in between sets here. This is a good question from Jake, maybe to fill a little bit of our time in between sets. How do we think Iga is going to do at Wimbledon, and expectations for her? Mario, do you have any thoughts on that?
I believe in in what she can do on this surface as well, and at Wimbledon as well. Of course, probably it depends a little bit on the draw, meaning that the thing that scares me the most is if she has, I don't know, very tough round 1 or round 2 match. Just because the first couple matches she maybe can still have something to get going and at Wimbledon. So probably that may, the draw is still something to take into account, in my opinion. So, I feel it's a bit risky for me to say it without even looking at the potential opponents. But, I've never felt like maybe I'm just wrong, but I feel like the biggest reason of Iga never doing that great on the grass is also because she always had the incredibly long and tough and full of matches clay season. And this year it's been a little bit different. I think she can try to approach this grass season with a different perspective and also a different kind of energy. I think her French Open campaign hasn't been that bad. Of course, she was the defending champion. We know her record there, so not winning is always kind of disappointing. But considering the period of struggle she had, I think she did quite good, especially some of the players she beat, like, for example, getting that good win over Svitolina. And even against Sabalenka, it was, if you excluded the final set, she did something, better than what we had seen, in the rest of the clay season. So why not?
Yeah, I do think I agree with you that it's a little bit draw dependent. Like if she ends up in a quarter where she's going to have to go through a Rybakina and a Just Pegula, like that becomes a lot more dangerous for her to have to deal with than some other players that would be like in the top 20 range. So I think I agree. It's a little bit draw dependent, but she's definitely still got the, I think, capability and ability to do quite well on grass and quite well at Wimbledon.
I want her to do well. I don't have much expectation though. This year has been very uncharacteristic, which might make it all the better. But at the same time, you could see similar trends. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we're getting deep, but just reality is no one's like, there are players that are well equipped from grass, but like no one really it's like super ready in a sense, right? It just comes at you quick. You play your matches, you're here, but Wimbledon, I just feel like it's a lot more open, and maybe that allows her to loosen up a bit, understand that she doesn't have as much expectation, etc. So, yeah, not much expectation. Definitely can do well. Sabalenka reads that, but misses the pass. Would have brought up love 40. Instead, it's 15-30. Jake points out that Ego was a junior Wimbledon champ.
Yeah.
So, yeah. He's done it before.
You can definitely play on grass. Like, there are others who are maybe better equipped for it.
What was this?
But
sorry, I was watching the return.
Right.
It's going to be fun, Wimbledon, because there are many players who can win it, but probably there's not an overwhelming favorite.
Right. Yeah, these are my two favorites for sure.
I need. I think, talking about the Queen's Club, for example, I think that has been a great tournament so far. Even the two favorites, Alcaraz and Draper, aren't looking untouchable.
Yep.
So kind of everything can happen. Like, I won't be entirely shocked, for example, if I don't know, Rinderknecht pulls the upset today, or
Mhm.
you know, Nakashima had done it earlier. So you know, this makes it fun, at least for me. You know,
100%.
as a neutral spectator of that tournament, it makes it kind of fun.
Yeah, so that's kind of a wicked hold for Rybakina. Let's see if that pays any prices here for Sabalenka. And yeah, I have two things, Mario.
The net.
One, oh,
That's tough.
I was saying to John on our ATP Weekly show, I presented him the question between Alcaraz and Sinner, who would be more likely to take the title? And I guess my follow-up question to that was like, would you be surprised if neither of them does? And I voted Sinner, as I feel like a lot of people would, you know, to win the title, whether it's Queens or Hal. But I also like was gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if either of them, you know, don't take it.
You know that when I looked at the draw for Sinner, I thought like that actually, in my opinion, Bublik was the only one who had it in him. And indeed that happened. Of course, I'm saying it right now, so you cannot believe it. But, you know, Bublik having that something more that, you know, on this surface especially, and also this being a best of 3 as well. So, you know, we don't know what could have happened in a best of 5 yesterday, but, you know, I thought that was probably the most difficult obstacle, even more so than probably a Medvedev or Zverev in the final, because I don't know. Then when you reach the final, you are kind of confident. You have many wins under your belt, and you know, are these players who have, I don't know. But yeah, Bublik getting the win makes sense actually.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, I did a preview with John on that as well, and it like took so much for me to not give Bublik the win. I gave him as much credit as I could in the preview. But I was just like, like, you know, those tight moments. But no, that man is on cruise control right now. I saw the match got away from Etchy. Oh, actually, he held there. Okay, not entirely.
You know what? Khachanov is sort of a nightmare.
On the Hal grass, like there are these guys on
any surface, because
yes,
you know,
yes.
He has this way of playing. He's incredibly solid, but at the same time, I feel like he's more aggressive than people realize.
Yeah.
When you watch him, you just are, you know. Well, let's say that if we compare to Rublev, for example, the slice, for example, bothers Rublev more. When Echeverry uses it, Rublev misses a bit more. He has a bit of hyper aggression, which Khachanov doesn't have. But, you know, it's still some sort of metronome hitting, you know, very high rhythm. It's very tough to beat him, actually. You have to do something. You have to really be very, very solid as well. And he defends very well as well. So it's difficult.
Okay, well, do you guys see Jake's comment here about Rinderknecht pushing Alcaraz to limit at Queens before? I brought this up earlier. Yeah, I brought this up earlier in this match. And I brought up the fact that, like, this is the first, or I think it was 37 years since the last Queens Women's Edition. And, you know, they played here the week before. Sabalenka gets a huge hold, by the way. So 1-1. But, you know, now we're on, like, day 12 of the tournament in a sense. And, like, the grass is so chewed. Like, it's definitely not as quick, like, a lot drier conditions. And I think that, you know, has such an impact. As Jake says, like, hot conditions, quick grass. Like, yes, that's what it's, like, made out to be. But at this point, I don't really see it as that. I mean, as much as it really should be. That's why you think about like, I don't know, the Hall grass, the Berlin grass here that we're watching, like just super like lush and quick stuff.
I mean, Queen's
So,
Club is feeling like a dream for me this year.
yeah,
It's not grass. I
that's
like
what
it.
yeah, I'm with you.
I am the Casper Ruud of tennis bloggers. I dislike this surface.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for the British people who are very, fond into it, and I love them all, but it's not for me.
Rybakina's playing a very good game here.
It's about time.
Rybakina has brought this match, I don't know if you agree with me, has brought this match in this sort of territory where it feels like it depends even more on herself right now rather than Sabalenka, probably.
It does feel like the match is on her racket.
That's my feeling watching it, so we'll see. But yeah, it's for sure impressive the way she is playing. Not that I didn't think it was possible, the opposite, but still watching it, it's reassuring for her.
Yeah. I'm honestly, I would have been fine if Alcaraz lost yesterday, get them both out of the tournaments. And
what?
I'm saying I wouldn't have minded if Alcaraz, lost yesterday to Munar and just let someone else attack it. I think Draper would be fitting for him to win here, but I feel like he already did his work, got his fourth seed. Lehashka should be good on this surface. I actually haven't watched him. He's had to have been playing well this week.
Yeah, we
have Lechka Draper.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely any result is possible.
Right. And Rinderknecht has love 30 right now. Alcaraz serving to stay in at 4-5.
But, if I gotta be honest, watching the two playing, I feel every match I will feel like everything is possible. It's not Wimbledon. If it was Wimbledon, I would have a different opinion. But, I'm approaching Alcaraz, Rinderknecht, for example, just like that, seeing, kind of everything can happen. Yeah, of course, a blowout, I'm not expecting that. But,
They love doing the kiss cam in Berlin.
We've been doing it a lot.
Yeah, well, I saw Rinderknecht at Newport last year. I mean, you just this guy is one of the crazier physical specimens I've seen up close. There's insane body, insane athlete. I've grown to like him a lot. I feel like he was kind of more serve ball oriented, but he's figured it out from the ground a bit more. Oh my gosh, Alcaraz crazy hands. He was abbreviated serve and volley, but he's maybe somewhere in between the service line and the baseline, and he takes it out of the air for a drop volley. So 40-30, of course.
Don't say that. Yesterday, because for example, yesterday when he was 6-4 up in the second set, okay, it's done deal. And then I just left 1 minute and I came back and Munar was serving upset point and I was like, no, I was not expecting this. But
you're right here.
That's also the fun of these tournaments. I mean, these players have finished playing at the French Open 2 minutes ago. So
Literally. And it's so funny, Marius. I said this to my friends yesterday, but it's so funny. The grass season just started, but it's already almost over. I don't even see Wimbledon is like its own entity, you know, like Mallorca, and then it's Wimbledon. That's that.
I need my beloved hard courts.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Oh, you'll get them soon.
All right, so 30 all. Good forehand there from Rybakina. Alcaraz does indeed hold for 5 all. What's going on in Echeverry? I actually have my eye on.
Kachanov has a good lead. I don't know really what to expect in the Bublik-Kachanov match.
Yeah, that's hard.
Higher, but at the same time, I feel like if there's one player who can probably bother him a bit more, probably Kachanov is one of these players. This is really another tournament where kind of everything can happen, because with the four remaining players, I don't know. I don't feel like there's a huge favorite.
I agree. They're all like, I know this sounds silly, but like, am I saying it right? Halle? Is that how you say it? Halle? They're like Halle merchants. Like, they do so well here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a funny way to put it. So, I mean, yeah, we're in for a good semis. I'm actually watching McCartney, Kessler, Bolter as well. It's been a grind.
Right now.
What's up? Who's winning?
Kessler just
broke back. Yeah.
What's the score? Tell me.
4 all in the third set.
Yeah. I think Kessler should have won this half an hour ago.
She's going to be... I think she's going to be pretty good.
Oh, I think she's awesome. I'm on the train.
Yeah, sure, but there's a repeat. I need it to happen.
Oh, yeah?
Like
does she run the show? Yeah, she does run the show. Fergus is there.
Love 15. This match feels like, I don't know. Everything can happen in a second. So, even if we got that feeling that Rybakina is doing a bit more, a bit better, but yeah, still Sabalenka is, of course, managing to stay there. That's what great players are able to do. And Rybakina doesn't have to let herself down with, some mistake. Huge serve here. It was a second serve.
Well, Alcaraz now has 2 break points, 15-40. Probably saw that coming. This is the first break points of the match. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Sabalenka just pulls that forehand. Carlos back of the line.
Another good game from Rybakina.
Yeah.
Kessler just broke Bolter and is going to serve for the match.
No.
Or
She just held. Yeah.
Oh, they haven't updated the ball yet.
Yeah, I don't know why the WTA website. I don't know if you're there that you're watching, but on WTA website they always update the ball a bit too late.
Yeah.
Really?
Half now just the game away now.
By the way, if we are honest, the Halle grass, it's not really looking different than the Queen's Club grass.
Oh. Well, okay, what they do say is like, you know how there's like a weird, it's almost like Stamford Bridge you're watching. The shadows are like really odd. And I guess that like does kind of like make things like slippery in some places compared to others because sometimes you're in the shadow for a while. I think it's definitely I today, if you were just gonna say today, I think it's like 5 times quicker of a surface. But maybe it might look similar, I guess. But yeah.
See the Berlin court.
Yeah.
And I comparing the two courts, and it seemed like in Halle they have been playing for much more time.
He's gone again.
And I'm here. I'm here.
There he
Here.
Oh, what was that? Probably the bounce wasn't perfect.
Did Karen finish that out? What's going on there? 5-2, serving for it. Yeah. 3 hours, I think, wasn't helpful to Echeverry today either, Mario.
Yeah, 3 hours and 1 minute.
That's right. And it's sad because what he had. No, he never saw match points in that second set, did he?
Yeah, but Rublev hit a non-return. So,
Right.
you know, he basically didn't even touch the ball on that match point.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it was probably like an hour, 45 minutes, or hour 15 since he was serving for the match in the second set. All right, well, Kessler has an opening here at love 30. Bolter serving to stay in it.
Love 40 now.
All right. Don't spoil me. Don't spoil me.
Oh, are you watching it too?
Yeah.
How do you watch so many matches?
So many, Mario.
No, I'm a weird tennis fan. Yeah, today I have that on the TV. But usually I never watch 2 matches at the same time. I choose. If what I have chosen is wrong, and then I got it wrong. But you know, I take a stand.
I watched maybe the first 4 games. Beautiful +1 from Sabalenka though. I watched like the first 4 points of the Echeverry, or first 4 games of Echeverry Khachanov, and then I went to Kessler and Bolter. I got Alcaraz, Rinderknecht, and then Sabalenka, Rybakina. Who ended up winning though in Nottingham Challenger? All right, 1 match point saved for Bolter. I wonder if Cilic took that.
The challenger in Nottingham is this week, right?
Yep.
Mochizuki won the semifinal.
Wow, Kessler takes it.
Okay.
Wow, I'm sorry, Mario, but yeah.
No, it's fine.
Next year.
I'm not that interested. You know, I'm interested, but you know, it doesn't really change for me that much if you know either one of these 2 players win. So actually, Kessler has already a couple of titles. So you know,
I'm telling you, I'm high on her.
I think too. won this year in Hobart.
Yep.
Cleveland last year, right before the U.S. Open.
Exactly.
This is the type of match it's turning into. Like Sabalenka could steal it. You know, we talked about it being on Rybakina's racket.
Well, yeah, but she has to hold.
Yeah, I know exactly. She's like done it the last maybe 4 or 5 service games. It feels like.
Yeah, I get
Obviously,
what you mean. You know, meaning
Yeah.
that it feels like Rybakina is missing a few opportunities here and there, and then you say maybe you can see, you know, something happening for Sabalenka later.
And
kind
by
of
later, I mean like next
out of
game.
nowhere. Well, she played great. This point, the last backhand was great, full of
Right?
spin.
Like fading away almost. Like just so much power. And Mario, when I was telling you a little bit about, I thought like the variety she's played with, I feel like she's gone away from that. Honestly, since you joined the stream, she hasn't played with as much like slice and dice. It's more like straight up power. We'll see if she gets back to that at all. Mix in a drop shot here and there, because she's won a lot of those points.
You know what? Variety kind of is a wide concept. Meaning, for example, this last backhand, it was really full of spin, and you know, it's also kind of varying the height of the shots. I know that, you know, usually you can see that on, for example, on clay a lot, but even every surface actually can, you know, make you enjoy points by using this sort of height variety. But yeah, I agree. Probably, you know, she still struggles a little bit when she gets, you know, tight, meaning that the score is really close. Probably, I don't know, but you know, I feel like we can forget that, you know, boom, boom, boom concept.
Yes, 100%. Well said.
At least in general.
Well said. Multiple screens, Sean. Oh wow! So Chilich takes it. I'm seeing Sean's comment. I mean Jake's comment.
My Twitter is exploding. Why? Okay, I got why. I got a famous repost. That's why.
Oh, you're him.
That's why notifications are exploding. Okay. That's another huge hold for Rybakina.
Yeah. Sabalenka takes a spell. I think she's okay.
I can find the app anymore where I was watching the match. Okay, here. Yeah, because since I'm watching on the phone, I had to reply to a message I closed. Yeah, because I'm still like a boomer. I closed the stream, closed the app just to reply to the message.
That's me too.
So. Oh, she fell. That's what happened.
Yeah,
Okay.
Little slip.
I love Mexican food.
Me too.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I mean, I feel like this it feels like a final between these two names and these two players.
Sort of.
Right? It's the final of the tournament. It will be the best match played at the tournament. Two best players. Coco, yeah, Coco going out early. Wang did. Yeah, I think you talked about it a little early in the stream, but just like that hangover from the French Open, I think Coco went back to the States. I kind of do fear on grass for her a bit, especially coming from kind of the not junk bally way, but just like how much defense she plays on the clay and just adjusting to not having any time, having to serve big. I think that's like a way she can get out of trouble. But I do still fear a bit. I don't put her in that like front runner list as much as I would in the US or hard courts or
Yeah,
clay
it's not
court.
easy. For example, her forehand doesn't adapt probably that well
Right.
on the surface. That's a mistake. She had to return very well. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a huge mistake, but still.
A couple of times. It almost looks like a fatigue type of backhand because you're just not using as much legs out of the corners. But I always like wonder how much they're willing to really like push off. I just get worried about them slipping and falling out of the corners. Rybakina is fine. There you go. You see a nice see how that slices off a +1? Like
Yeah.
totally disrupts Rybakina's rhythm. Tries tries to up the racket head acceleration, and it totally misses. So that's well done. That shows you kind of where Sabalenka's head's at right now. I mean, we're getting big moments. Ideally 4-4 in the third. I had one thing that was on my mind that I wanted to bring up. Hopefully it comes back. Oh no, I mean she couldn't have set herself any better. Like the drop shots have been really good.
Yeah, everything was good, but she arrived a little bit. I don't even want to say late, just
Ball
not
got
with a
low
clear
on
mind
her.
on that forehand.
Right.
It was a little bit rushed. Just wasn't set at all when she got up there, though.
Another deuce battle would be too much for me, and probably too much for Sabalenka.
For himself. Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, another pulled backhand, so something to look out for. Something that was like really on early, not as much in the recent games.
So it feels like every single game of this set has started love 15.
No, it has, literally.
Okay. At least the last 3 Rybakina service games, Sabalenka's game before, so usually I can check on the phone these things, but yeah, today I'm using the phone to watch. So, best beer I've had in a while. Stop teasing, guys.
And
This is a bad mistake.
it is. It is. That's what I'm saying. That's the built-up frustration I've been waiting to see.
Yeah, with the open court.
Right.
That
Had all
forehand
these
is
opportunities.
wide. And love 30.
This is getting a little bit dangerous now.
Oh, well. Second serve.
Oh, I thought you got a question about that, Mario. I didn't know it was a statement. Yeah.
Great return. Tell me about which question? I wasn't paying that much attention.
It wasn't even. It was a statement that I thought was a question for you. All right, love 40. I feel like we've been waiting for this the whole set. Rybakina's had chances, hasn't taken them, and now she's up against it.
That good.
Okay.
It gets one.
Wow. Wow, what a backhand.
Unreal.
This has been a great point. Because Rybakina hit a great backhand down the line. I actually thought she would have won the point in that moment. Sabalenka's defense was in, and then this cross court was great, fantastic. So she will serve for the match.
Yeah, once again, good defense out of her wings. Definitely learning how to like adapt on the fly there. Good anticipation. Like I'm with you. I thought that backhand down the line kind of would have either beat her or just, she takes a stab at it, but she actually got there enough time to keep it in the court. And yeah, Rybakina having to play all these open court shots haven't gone as well for her.
So this can be a crucial game. I mean, it will be either way, actually. But yeah, it can actually be the last one if Sabalenka just holds. As she always did in this set, even though she has had to face few troubles. Well, this is still for sure a win that can give Aryna, lots of confidence going forward on the cross.
I mean, she still has the winner.
Yeah, this I wanted to use the conditional. I don't know why. Love 15, as always.
As always.
Has it been every single game of this set?
I'll look. Although I just know that I'm going to see like the actual score. I'm a point or two behind.
Yeah.
So I'll save it.
Many of them.
All right. Oh.
Wow. What a backhand. Oh my god.
Unreal.
Really
She had no balance at all.
But that's what's been just so good about it today. Alcaraz breaks. Rindernesh.
Oh, what's the score on
Dude,
that side?
she's literally on the ground. All right.
Just
Well,
Who's on the ground?
Sabalenka like trying to grab these off the ball.
15-30. Huge point coming up.
Mm-hmm.
A weird first serve. There's the second one. Wow, return winner. 15-4.
Wow. She just sat on it. It's well executed.
So double break point. Good job here.
Yeah.
That's a really good serve down the tee.
The tension is in the air.
Yeah. And that sun is at like such an awkward angle right now. It's like drilling her eyes. Let's see. Probably
Out.
see if she can.
This is out. So.
Wow. Is
Not
it?
out.
She has to challenge that, right? She's no choice.
It's out. It's out. It's out.
Oh, yeah.
Believe me. I'm Hawkeye.
Yes, you are. All right, of course.
I don't need the
I
skid
think
scan.
this match has like it's always hard to assess the quality, I think, with just like the quick nature of the points, especially coming from Clay, but the level's been there. The shot making has been there. The drama, I guess, as we keep going, has been there. So why not? 5-all.
Love 15, as always.
Oh my gosh.
Even in points, here you think, okay, she wins the
She's
point.
won it
No.
twice.
Because there's the rule. The game starts love 15.
I'll actually check after this service game if that's been playing true every single one. That one she leaves no question.
Basically, all the last 7 games.
Wow. Good return there from Sabalenka.
Yeah. This is out. Second serve in this important point. Oh, what a serve.
Wow. But it's a good enough
Well
return.
played. Well played.
Very well played.
The net cord. Game
The
point.
net cord. It's been like interesting points, right? One of them was to hold. I forget what the second one. That's like the third kind of tough hop. All right, so game point.
And
That's a really good return from Sabalenka. Unlucky that
but
didn't
it's
go her way
not
there.
enough. 6-5.
It's kind of a clay court-esque return. Run around that backhand. Okay. Oh, another banger after this. Samsonova, Anisimova. Berlin was so stacked. It's just too bad that Badosa had to retire. Does anyone know if it was like the same injury? I just saw her tweet.
Yeah, I don't know why she retired.
Well,
Lower back injury.
Yeah, same.
Again, yeah.
no, I can't believe it.
Don't tell it. Don't tell me. Oh, okay.
15 love.
Streak is broken.
This backhand is very long. She
Yeah.
made, Rybakina's ball kind of get all over her.
Yeah, I kind of stopped the footwork over there.
Good. This was a very good rally.
Yeah.
We are
It's all a pretty
quite
important point for
close.
South.
Yeah, quite close to a tie break. That was a bit
tough.
Yeah, it's like un-Rybakina-esque, but
at times I'm I feel like that there's not always the need to go all on it
Yeah.
Oh, like this return, perfect. She didn't really,
No, you don't have to overdo it.
search for the line, but it was a great return, which was able to put Sabalenka in an uncomfortable situation. So first serve, she has an easy shot and she doesn't miss it. Oh my god!
You
My,
had
my
some.
dog, my dog has a rude way to ask for water.
You built that drama up.
But
Mario.
I'm not missing the tiebreak, so he has to wait.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but watching all this and then missing, a few points in the tiebreak, it's just not it. Ace.
Wow, some paint.
That's 14 for the match now.
Yeah. It's a good number across 3 sets.
Long. Good. This was
They've
the
really
second
been going after the seconds on the ad side. They've really been kicking them. What sponsor is Render Nash now? I feel like you would know these things, Mario.
Tell me.
Next time I get a close up, I'll comment. Yeah, so Rybakina there, actually impressed with that. Obviously, there's a really couple good shots, but you remember the last return she had on that side? She went back inside in down the line. There, she kind of just like goes heavy center, makes Sabalenka redirect it, and was able to get behind the base, the backhand, and then get on the top of the rally that way. So I just thought it was interesting the way she played it like a little bit safer, but aim big, hit big type of return for Rybakina, and it pays dividends. I don't know. This logo is weird, Mario. You have to see it for yourself.
Ooh, what a point.
Oh.
So sorry,
Yeah,
you were asking me something about Rindermatch.
Yeah, his logo. Can you look that up? His sponsor.
I don't have the match. So, and I don't know right now, I gotta be honest. So I have to look at it, and maybe I will, because
it's Psycho, which I've never heard of before.
What is it called?
Psycho Bunny.
Oh, like
okay,
Poppy.
I was gonna say it did look like a bunny. Yeah.
Like Poppirin. Poppirin has that one.
Yeah. Oh, Sabalenka takes a big cut there.
What? Second serve. I actually thought that was the second serve.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah. She stepped away. Took like 30 seconds. All right. Alcaraz serving for the match. Starts it with a double fault.
Good job.
Very good. You seen
In
Rybakina
this
miss some of those.
Rybakina, in this Rybakina is very good, being able to just, not lose territory on the court.
Yes, thank you. Best point. Keep going. That's a really good point, Mario. I was just going to say the same thing. It's almost like Mentic-esque strides. I mean, I feel like he does that very different than anyone else, but Alcaraz got a very lucky net cord. Instead of love 30, it's 15 all.
Let's say that if you are his opponent, I don't know, you're thinking, does he really need it? It's like that. Five, 2.
Wow, I was gonna say at least like Sabalenka finds a way to fight that off, and it wasn't bad. It's pretty deep in the court. Make Rybakina at least hit it again. But there, it's just like the ideal positioning to take that second serve early and down the line. And Rybakina is just so good at that. But yeah, 5-2.
Out. So.
Thank you, Hawkeye.
Thank you.
To you.
All right.
Well, match points. Whatever.
Net court is not done handing out blows yet.
My dog has just killed the fly. Whatever. Okay. Well. Another match point saved.
Two down, 2 to go. So we'll get back on it.
This time, there's a second serve. So
these matches are literally same. Alcaraz 40-30 match point. I'm watching 2 match points. There it is.
Oh, that was good for himself.
Yeah. What a backhand that was on match point down.
Fearless. I hope
Wimbledon
so.
final incoming. Why not? Why not,
I
producer? Why not? So, 4th match point.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I mean,
really good defense from Sabalenka on that point.
Good return too.
Yeah, return
loaded
was
with top spin.
Mm-hmm.
The return was fantastic.
Well, I was going to mention, like, first breaker was 5-2 Sabalenka. Got it back to 5-all. Here we are again. Not 5-2, but 6-2, back to 6-all.
In the end, let's say that the net cord has had a huge impact.
I know.
First match point.
Net cord
okay, there's still 3 match points, but
Ace.
and now And now
Oh, yeah.
Sabalenka has a match point. She was a bit slow here. Rybakina going down, and
You always felt like she would steal this match. Let's see. Although she did serve for it.
yeah,
It
but
had all
now
the
it doesn't matter
drama.
anymore. From down 6, down to 6 in the tiebreak. Second serve though, let's see.
Yeah.
Oh. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Oh my god. Wow. What to say? From 2-6 down in the deciding set tiebreak, Sabalenka wins this one. 6 straight points. The first one was kind of lucky. But this might be more important for Aryna than Elena. What do we think about it? I mean, for sure, winning this one in this way, it's important for Sabalenka, in my opinion, because like a very tight match, regardless of which round, which tournament it is, winning a tight battle against a tough opponent, for sure is very, very important. Rybakina, for sure, she can look at this match, in some way positively, meaning that she still played a great match against Sabalenka. At the same time, of course, losing this way, it's always really painful. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know if match points. Sabalenka played really well on the match points, I gotta say. Of course, the first one, it's the net court, but the others, I don't know. But yeah, for sure, it's very important for Aryna winning a match this way.
Yeah, I think that's a good confidence boost for her. Not sure that it's much more than that at the moment. I think that she already believes that she can win this type of match. So,
yeah.
I don't. It's always nice to win, but not sure that this particular match will change too much in the grand scheme of things. But I mean, who knows?
I agree. I mean, I think like gutsy wins like this for Sabalenka are huge, but they're also just like huge for any player. I already talked about this with Mario earlier, but Sabalenka's just been so consistent, as they show. 7th semifinal of 2025. She's played in so many finals already. I feel like for her, it's just, or for both players, just like getting accustomed to the surface, playing high level matches that kind of had like all sorts of drama. So I think for both players, it's just like, gaining confidence in themselves and on the surface. Regardless who comes out, huge win. The title, like Mario actually posed this question earlier, but I think the title would have been more important. It felt kind of like a title match in a sense, but would be more important for Rybakina. But in terms of Wimbledon expectation, preparation, I don't think it really moves the needle for me at all. I think these are both the top 2 Wimbledon contenders.
I think I agree with you about that.
Yeah, more or less. I tend to agree.
Great. Well, a lot of fun doing the stream with you guys. It was a great match. Thanks for joining, and look forward to
I'm
doing
glad I
another
did
soon.
it.
Yeah,
I'm glad I did it because the match has been great, really fun to watch, I gotta say. So, I'm very happy that I took some time to sit down and watch this till the end.
Agreed. Well, thank you so much to both of you, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.